Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another day of the video diary. How's it going today? Today we are getting back into some more programming. It's a Saturday today, so obviously that means it's raining. It's also really windy as well, like the pond is not, look at it, it's grim. So we've had a relatively slow start as we wake up. We then sorted out the hamster's cage. We always clean out Graham on a Saturday morning because we're wild. And then we had breakfast, chilled out for a little bit, and then I got dressed and I've come into here to do some programming. I need to have a shave later. We're going out in a bit, so we're going out in the evening. We're going to go for a meal and go to the cinema, so that should be good fun. But I am now populating my object full of details for these objects here. So the process results are now being populated into there, and they are now getting ready to be fired into something which is going to process them. And the moment by process them, it's going to create an XML file. But there's a requirement to have some level of deep learning, so we know what we've checked, what we haven't checked in the future. So that's what I'm going to do now, which means I need to think of a new project. And the worst thing about thinking of a new project is thinking about the name for that project. So I've got compilation mutation source test runner. Do I have just results analyzer? Results processor? I don't know. So we're just getting ready to go out for a meal and go to the cinema to go watch Deadpool. And I have just crossed over the 400 unit test point, ladies and gentlemen. 400 unit tests. Roll on 500. When's it going to stop? Going through the process now of calculating all of the stuff that needs to go in this object. So I'm doing all my populators and my mappers and all that kind of stuff, which data intensive, needs to be unit tested heavily, so lots of unit tests are coming out, flying left, right and bloody centre. But yeah, so we are heading to town soon, but can get a couple more tests in. Not normally one to vlog bathrooms, but look how fucking trippy this is. And there's a self-help, there's a teach yourself a language tape playing on the stereo. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, from our evening out socialising on a Saturday night. Look at us, crazy kids. We went to go and meet outside. We're meeting up with Josh and a couple of his friends and all that kind of stuff. So I only really know Josh, the person he lives with, Paddy. Lewis I played a couple of games with snooker with once. Someone actually called Lewis, not Lewis. And one other kid, but I don't know his name. We got there at quarter to 6, which is the time to meet, and we stand there and we're like, okay. And then we saw this other little clump of people, like, oh, maybe they're there for this as well. I recognise one of the people in that group. Maybe they're there for this, but we don't really know them. We always supposed to walk up to them, so, oh, are you ready to meet Josh? So we just kind of stood to one side, and then obviously Josh being Josh means 50 minutes late. And then Josh comes, and then there's people in the cinema. They come out to meet him. We step over, these people step over from over there, and then suddenly there's 12 of us. 12 of us out, and then we didn't book the cinema tickets in advance, we didn't book a restaurant in advance, so we're just rocking up to random restaurants to find out whether they've got a seat for 12. And no one does. So we wanted to go to Chimichanga was where we were going to go, but we couldn't go there because one of the crew was, I want to say celeriac, but I know that's the vegetable. Celiac? Where they can't have gluten or wheat, I think. Let's try somewhere else. We tried to go to TGI Fridays. We couldn't go there for obvious reasons. We then tried to go to Wagamama's and Pizza Express, couldn't go to either of them. We then decided we'd probably best off go to the cinema and book the cinema tickets. And then we left and we were like, right, where else can we go? And we were thinking about walking into town to try and figure out, because we're in Cabot Circus, walking into town to try and find somewhere to eat. And then we were like, well, Franky and Bennies is on the corner. And no one goes to Franky and Bennies anymore. Franky and Bennies is like a dying brand because it's boring and rubbish. And Franky and Bennies is somewhere you go with your tutor in sixth form for sixth form meal. You'd either go there or Pizza Hut. That level of no one goes there anymore. We go to Pizza Hut, we asked them the 2 questions: have you got a table for 12, and do you have a celiac menu? And they answered yes. So we sat down and we ate, and then we went to go for the cinema. Franky Bennies, by the way, don't go there. It's really, really shit food. It was like, it's quite, well, it's not ridiculously expensive, but like it's really, no, it's expensive for what it is. You could get a lot better for the same price. So I don't recommend Franky Bennies, quite frankly. We left there with like 10 minutes to spare to the starting time of the film. Got there and the cinema was packed. We then ended up like scattering. Me and Laura went and sat like, we got a really good seat actually. We probably got where we'd normally sit if the cinema was empty. Some people sat at the front, some people were like, because there's 12 of us, we need like, there was no way in hell all 12 of us could sit together, so there was like, all of us in little different clumps and stuff. We watched Deadpool. I would never have gone to watch Deadpool if it wasn't for something like this, where like a load of people were going. And also, like, generally, like, going to the cinema with your friends, with your mates, it's something you do in like GCSE. It's really weird. It was really good fun. Obviously, it was just like me and Laura sat. But anyway, yeah, Deadpool. I wouldn't normally go and watch that kind of film. It's not really I don't really like superhero films, but it was actually quite good. It's like the right mixture of dark and funny. I mean, like bits of it funny. Some of them are bits, you know. It's just like funny for the sake of being funny. But like one bit in particular, I laughed my absolute arse off. It was incredible. But yeah, so it was a lot better than I was expecting it to be. We then left, and then everyone was like, "So, is everyone going for a drink?" We're like, "We're just gonna head off." Like, Laura's got a bit of a cold, and we're just gonna. I'm seeing Josh on Wednesday as well. So we're gonna go have a. We're gonna go home, and they're all drinking. Then we left, and we're like, "We're probably the youngest there." we're the youngest at 22, and I'm still a student. No one else there is, and then we're just like, "It's just." We're gonna go home, have a cup of tea, follow some YouTube videos, get Graham out, and then head to bed. Anyway, that's what I'm gonna do now. Look, it is late though for us. We've been back for like an hour and a bit though. Right, cool. Thank you very much for watching this video, ladies and gentlemen. Tomorrow we're going to town. We're gonna get this chopped off because it's ridiculously long. So we're gonna get my hair cut. We're going to go and buy Graham a new ball because the ball I bought has like got a crack in it. And we haven't even used it, so because she is chewing the living daylights out of that, ridiculous. So that's all, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching this video. Tomorrow, town, exploring, maybe a bit of programming. We'll see if I can sneak some in. That being told off. I'll catch you later.